congratulations everyone for this film, Poser. It's the you know what? I'll admit it. I love the music in this film.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you.
But most importantly, congratulations on the fact that this film is being showcased at Tribeca this year. How do you folks feel about that?
I'm
Pretty huge.
ecstatic. Yeah, I'm
still a little shocked and recovering from it all, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just crazy when we first started this, like you always have high hopes, but then when it actually happens, you know, because they originally were talking about Sundance maybe, and then COVID happened. And so that was really heartbreaking. So this is like the best possible outcome that could have happened, like after a year of being, you know, not able to be like involved in the arts like we normally are. And then this is like the first festival where people are actually able to attend. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we're all out here in New York.
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty awesome because from my understanding, it's like the first film for everyone on this production, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe like a few people, but overall, both on the cast and the crew, and for Ori and I, it's kind of the first feature-length film.
Wow, this is huge for everyone.
Yeah, pretty surreal.
Yeah, we're floating.
Well, let's start off with the easy question. I think this is for you, Noah, because you wrote the story. So what actually sparked you to write the story for Poser?
I mean, mainly it was from our experiences as filmmakers of getting our start by working on music videos and working with bands and going to shows. We met and worked together in school and then moved to Columbus afterwards and started a production company. And that's kind of how we got our start as filmmakers, by working on music videos. So then we always kind of wanted to make a feature-length film, but when we were deciding what direction to go in, it just kind of felt like it made sense to build a story around our friends and bands and music and locations that we kind of had access to and had experiences with. So I think that was the foundation. And Bobbi, we had worked with her years ago on a music video and loved working with her, and she was great, you know, on screen and off screen. And we knew that we kind of wanted to work with her and got to know her and her band Damn the Witch Siren through that. So we kind of used them as a springboard to write the whole film around.
Wow, Bobbi.
Yeah.
How do you feel the fact that they wrote the entire movie practically for you?
Pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I don't know. I was telling somebody else, like, I've always had this dream of like doing my own Prince Purple Rain with our band because I love shit like that. And we make all of our own music videos too. And we're always talking about how we want to make a movie. So when Ori approached me about this idea, I was like, fuck yeah, like this sounds amazing. But it was also cool because there's this whole other thriller like story attached to it, that with this really vulnerable character that I get to like interact with and take under my wing. And just everything about it is just so cool. I was just so excited to be a part of it.
I know. I love the thriller part to it too. It reminds me of those what was those roommate or single white female movies,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Bobbi, I know this is your first acting gig. Were you pretty nervous, you know, doing something that, you know, kind of like outside of your circle, outside of your realm?
I wasn't nervous to act. I think, like I've said before, and I always keep hoping that Luce doesn't take this the wrong way because they're amazing. I was like so excited to work with them and trusted them wholeheartedly. I was more nervous, like, not to act, but to have all of my like real band and like identity attached to this movie, because I am playing a character of myself, but it still is so close to who I am. I got to improv like some lines and just like kind of take it where I wanted to with it. And I didn't really veer far off from who I actually am, except for the whole like hating fish thing. I actually really love all animals and creatures on this planet, but everything else, I don't know. It just felt really real, and I felt like such a deep connection to the script and their movie that when I went to act, it just felt like really cathartic, and it felt like, yeah, I could do this. Like, I loved it.
Bringing up the hating fish, Noah, is it you that hate fish?
No, I love fish.
Honestly, that fish has been living rent free in my house since we shot the movie. He's still alive. He's kicking. Having a great time with my cats.
We wanted to bring him to the premiere, but you can travel with him. But the fish is doing well.
Yeah,
I love how much that part in the movie always makes me like really sad. I'm like, no, Birdie. I thought that was really sinister, like a really subtle way to add a little bit of Lennon's really sinister like moments that lives inside her brain that we haven't got to know yet, you know?
Yeah. And it's like kind of funny, like, you know, you say this little thing, but how she really like actualizes it and like interprets that, and how like she needs to act from that, I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
that is cool. Gentlemen, could you talk about the music and the indie groups that you actually brought in also into this film?
Yeah, I mean, we're just lucky that we have such incredibly talented friends all around us in Columbus, and that they wanted to put their music in the movie. I mean, we had all these friends and people that we had worked with, and kind of, you know, the song that she plagiarizes, and, you know, kind of realizing that that's going to be that song, and, you know, what other songs can be used by that band, and then, you know, finding all this great music in Columbus. And, you know, it was just awesome, because I think we both really geek out on finding cool songs and editing to music. And so it was just really great to do that, as well as, you know, listening to all of Bobbi's music and finding like what songs fit what part of the story and how we can incorporate that into the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a song called We Do, Dan the Wish Siren, I Come Alive in the Dark. And that's all about like posers and being a poser. And it's coming from someone who is trying to dive deep into their own darkness and bring about more authenticity, and calling out other people who are inauthentic. And those are the people in the light, the people that get praise, the people who are doing it for stardom. And so yeah, that's all about embracing the dark realm of that, not embracing that and doing it for real reasons, you know, making art because it's awesome. Because you feel it deep in your soul, because you need it, you know, you need to do it. So
just curious, Bobbi, how many songs are in this film for you, or on the soundtrack?
There are 5, I believe. We have, yeah, I think there's like 5 of our songs. There's one of our songs that plays kind of in the background when Lennon puts on our record, called Last Kiss. And also Z Wolf contributed to the soundtrack. He did some of the really cool club songs. There's a couple club scenes where they're in the warehouse dancing, and there's a couple other things that he like put on the soundtrack score, whatever you want to call it. So I think, I forget overall how many there are with contributed tracks from Z, but maybe like 10 or so.
There's a lot. I mean, we wanted the film to be kind of wall-to-wall music, and we were trying to squeeze in as much of the great songs that we loved as we could.
Yeah, we even added some of our friends' music just with some cars driving by, like bumping a song or something like that, you know, just like super subtly in the ambience. But it was fun to include as much as we could. And there's a lot of amazing Columbus bands that we couldn't include, you know, but yeah, it was just great. And it was kind of funny. One of the club songs Z made, he sent it to us like morning of the shoot. He knew we were going to shoot that scene, and we had talked about him making something, but we hadn't heard the song. And like, as soon as we heard it, we're like, all right, this is it. And then we were playing it for like everyone to dance to, because we're timing it up. And our AC was trying to Shazam it. And he was like, what is this song? We're like, oh, that's Z's song right there. He just made it.
Unreleased. It's a sexy song. I love it. The lights are all red and Fox. What's? Oh my gosh, it's not.
DJ Fox.
Okay, I always want to say Fox more.
Yeah, DJ Fox.
Because it's
Yeah.
off of it's a play on David Duchovny from the X-Files. So I'm like Fox Smolder. Okay. And anyway, sorry. She looks really hot. She's like, I don't know. This scene's cool.
You guys brought up Z Wolf, and I thought that was a fictional character that you made for the movie, but he's for real, right?
He is for real, yeah. Lurking around Airbnb right now.
Yeah, we exaggerated it. I mean, my first time, I think, seeing Bobby's band Damn the Witch Siren, that's one of the things that I love the most is he just was on stage performing with the wolf mask on, and there's just something that felt so unique about that. So we kind of exaggerated that and hyperbolized his character, and that like he only ever wears the wolf mask. There he is.
Coming in on cue.
Shoot. I love how all the symbolism plays into it, though. We always had like this really symbolic thing going on with the witch siren and the wolf, and the witch siren being based off of like women's oppression. Like women in power are always like villainized, you know. So anyway, so I was like the villain, Damn the Witch Siren, and he was the wolf. And I've always been obsessed with Clarissa Pinkola Estes' book, Women Who Run with Wolves. And it's all about embracing your wild self and your real natural self. And women who do that so often, you know how it is, the patriarchy. Like, it's just women always have to be careful. They always have to be perfect. They always have to fit into a box. And so the whole symbolism with our band really fit into the movie well, because, you know, like Lennon is like not running with her wild self. She's trying to be somebody else. So she's wearing a mask, and like, but the wolf wears the mask. You know what I mean? It just kind of all like, it just has this crazy deep meaning to me and throughout all of it.
And that's what makes this such a great movie.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, when you approach the settings, the sets for this production, did you approach it like your music videos and try to find abandoned buildings and odd locations to do all of this?
I mean, pretty much, yeah. I mean, we like even some of the scenes that we shot with the bands, you know, we were kind of, I was imagining that we went there to just like light and shoot some B-roll at a show, you know, and like not try to make it like too crazy. But we found the thing with the locations is we just knew so many of them in Columbus like already, and we kind of knew, you know, the owner of the space like that, you know, or we kind of knew that there is this warehouse over here that could be cool, and we just kind of ran with that.
Yeah, I think authenticity was really important throughout the whole process because we didn't want it to feel forced. So I think that helped with that too, where we basically, the spaces were real spaces that we would go see shows in and where people hung out and had parties at. And because of that, it just made it easier for us to shoot, but also I think it made the film feel more authentic. That
is great. And Bobbi, your eclectic choice of wardrobe there, was that all you?
That's all me. And I love that you said eclectic, because that's how I view my fashion. And so thank you. It's cool when people have responded to it, because, you know, fashion is one of the biggest forms of expression for me. And yeah, it was just really cool to use my whole wardrobe and I don't know, dive into that. I had too much fun. I was definitely a diva on set, so but yeah.
You're great.
It helped the film, though. It helped the film, my divaism. So
well, if it's any consolation, while I was watching it, every time we go to a new scene, I was looking forward to what was your next outfit. So
that's awesome.
I'm dying. Thank you.
That's kind of how we felt on set. We were like, we're not really sure what
Yeah.
Bobby's gonna roll up in today.
Yeah.
Like,
Never knew what she was gonna wear, but we know it looked great.
Thank you. Aw. That's the
Well,
best.
let me wrap it up with one more question. I've taken your time or a lot of time already, but of course we have to mention Sylvie because you know she is the character who creates a podcast and tries to track down Bobby and all this kind of stuff. Tell us why she is perfect for this role. You know, we have to mention her.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing that she just brought so much of her own kind of humanity to the character in ways that we wanted to allow for, but she just brought the character to a whole different level than we even expected. That was her first time acting, and we didn't know her as well, but we shot a trailer with her, like a proof of concept teaser to kind of raise money for the film. And we had planned on working with a professional actress for the actual feature, but after shooting the teaser, we just really fell in love with her, and she just seemed like the perfect character for Lennon. And I think I think some of it is just her look on, like, her actual like presence on camera. It was just so much fun to shoot with her, but also just behind the scenes, she was such a creative person to collaborate and talk through the script with, and talk through lines and improv, and just across the board. We couldn't imagine working with anybody else in that role.
yeah, just like a natural, and like just really holds the frame in like a way that I think allowed us to like try different things that were, you know, maybe a little bit harder. You know, we sometimes want to like rely on something where like we could cut away to something or this and that, but you know, with her, she just brought so much, and it was amazing.
Last word from you, Bobby, since you have most of the scenes with her.
About Sylvie, working with Sylvie.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she has just like such a charismatic. I love how you said holds the frame, because there are a range of emotions happening at some, like in a lot of circumstances where you're like, is she insane? Is she just sad? Is she vulnerable? Or is she like, just what is she experiencing right now? She's like going through this range of her own psychosis. She's very much in her head, and she's got like this straightforward, like, I don't know, her eyes just like tell a whole story without blinking so much. And she does that so well. And for me, I'm such like a fidgety, like, "Ah," kind of person, that I thought that was like the most, that was the most captivating part of her performance, is just how well she, like, it's almost like she's holding her breath the whole time, you know? And it really creates this weird, wonderful energy. I don't know. It was cool to watch it come to life. And then you finally find out at the end, like, her reasoning or her like motivations, and you are really surprised. You don't know. So I thought that she put so much humanity and depth into Lennon's character that the ending is just like a wild card a bit.
Most excellent. Well, congratulations to all three of you on a very successful film. Especially, it's successful just to be at Tribeca alone. So, and I'm sure people will be watching it in future film festivals and other places that they could watch this. So, hey, thank you for speaking with me about Poser. And after we're done with this conversation, I'm going to download all of Bobby's music right now. So.
Yes, for sure.
Oh my gosh, you're just killing me with this. I hope you love it.
I think I certainly will. Thank you very much. Next time.
Yeah, really nice meeting you, and
have a good one.
talking to you.
You too. Bye now.